Alright guys, I went ahead and started my next ranked game, just because I want, I don't know, probably a bad idea, I need to push. So this game is against the Mindset. Um, since I'm still playing my previous game, my 20 plus rounder game, this game I'm just going to do briefs. So I'm going to do the first round on this game recording, and then from there it's just going to be briefs until I'm done recording the other one because I just don't have time to do them both, and I just need to be able to take quick turns. So here we go, round one. We're just going to knock this puppy out. I do recall seeing the mindset before in the Discord chat. I haven't looked to see if he's posted any good stuff for me to be able to scout on him or not. I'm just jumping right into the game. If you're following the game, this is probably going to post several days after we start going, so I don't think you're getting any advantage if you follow. I don't even know if you're watching this, the mindset, or not. Hey. Oh, no. Okay, come on. Ah. Oh. That makes Corellia stackable. Not the worst, but not great. Because if I'm doing well, I probably will not retreat from this one. I'll probably push it all the way through. Well, doing well, I have to start with that before I can say anything. Oh well for doing well. Erg. This is painful. I don't want to do this again. I got 3 hits at least. Now, yeah, this is gonna be painful, but not completely undoable. It's not the worst thing, certainly so. But since we're playing top platinum players now, it's gonna be tough is the main thing. Oops, what am I doing? Notice I'm not putting the AA gun down with 1 tank. I just feel like it's not enough to make that much of impact. The 2 AA guns can be better later, in my opinion. Alright. Not the worst, but not great. So a lot of debate went into this one. The main thing was he is doing a tank rush, so that kind of affected my decision. He did send a battleship out here, which is, again, that's right off the bat. Normally that's my straight, okay, we're doing C-Zone 37 and going to KJF. This particular case, though, with the tank rush by, you know, there's still plenty of options for me here because I didn't even look at he tried to one. He did a 6-1, so he didn't even try killing the C-Zone 10. Which a lot of times you see when you see that battleship go, they're trying to kill 10 or 11. I think we're just going to play this pretty straight up, ultimately here. I may still do my sub twist. Yeah, I think I'll still do my sub twist. Because I can always come back. So, because the other game, I'm just gonna play this safe. I'm just gonna play it standard. I like saving the tank infantry you can pick up later and just doing the one. I know a lot of people just bring the tank and drop the tank, but I'm not a fan there. We're gonna let the U.S. kill the bomber. So he put all his fighters up here, so they cannot hit this C zone. So as long as I kill this, I can go ahead and take Morocco. And he's only got his 3 here. So he basically just conceded Africa right off the bat. So I think we got to take advantage of that. Some people say, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Um, round 1 here, UK2. We're going to bring the transport up here. I don't know if he'll try for it. Maybe he'll try to kill it. I don't know. Transport 2, and then I can always transport them back on UK3 before a J3 attack. So I still got time to get them back. Between this and US hitting Morocco, we're just going to eliminate these guys really quickly, I think. Is my plan, at least. Nice. Nice, nice. Double nice. Not so nice. Okay. A little worried there. We turned out okay, though. Nice. So his air can't reach me, so now I'm stacked as well, right? So he can't do it too. I mean, he can, but he's not going to get every set. His air is way up here, so they're not really a concern. I've gotten the habit of taking this transport empty because I like to just bring him up to grab these 2 guys ultimately. Now I could drop my fleet here, but I'm going to take the fact I'm going to give him a 5v4 battle there, and I'm going to be okay with that. Because of this nonsense, I think I'm probably going to end up giving Caucasus up. I'm not really sure yet. The bomber's not going to make much difference, so I'm just going to bring this dude all the way back up here. Actually, I don't need to do that. Japan can't reach there. No. So far, I'm okay with round 1. Alright, again, this is going to be kind of a quick stream just because this is not really my official game at the moment, but just to kind of show what we're doing. I did decide I really wanted to go KJF because he lost 3 infantry here, he lost 2 infantry down here. He made it so I could fly back, I could fly back a fighter, build another carrier, 2 fighters, and it's stacked versus him. So KJF it was very viable because Japan's weak and I could stack the C zone, India C zone. But again, I've never done a KJF in the face of a tank rush. If I was going to do one though, this would be the one. I just think there's too many advantages potentially for me here. I do have to choose what I'm going to give up on this side, which is fine. I will give up Caucasus actually for a turn because I can dead zone it. If I give up West Russia because of these guys that could join in, I can't dead zone West Russia. So we're gonna figure out some sort of strafe, kill off as much of his meat shield here as we can, and then give him the opportunity of, well, he'll take Caucasus, but even with his 4 fighters, I don't think he can stack it. I can dead zone it at least and trade it for a turn. We'll see. I'm kind of in a little bit of a hurry, so I haven't thought it way too hard out. I am going with a 3 transport buy this time, I think. I don't know why, I just am. And I'm building a carrier. You know what? I want to use a tank instead in case these guys run. I can chase them. So let's use a tank down here instead. As tempting as that is, I don't think it's worth the risk right now. I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, good God. Don't do this. Thank you. Okay. Whew. I mean, even if I lost 2, I just didn't want to lose the battle. That first round, I thought I was going to lose the battle altogether. Ah. I don't think the cruiser's really worth it. I guess he just gets to keep his cruiser. I'd rather keep my fighters. What a round of dice rolling. But I can't say anything. Like I said, he lost a lot of Japan round 1. Come on. Thank you. Now, normally I would say, well, take that with the Russian, but it doesn't make any sense because that's not going to get me any IPC, and he'll kill him relatively easily, other than it would make him use a unit. I think I might move a... Actually, I move my US guy here and bring a Russian guy up this way as well. That way he has to use a tank if he wants. even thought about this. I don't want to put him in this danger zone, but I think I will put a couple of infantry. I want him in range. Don't need him in Moscow. I'd like to keep him in 2 range of up here. So I think Kazakh's actually looking like the best opportunity. Although he's got that 4 fighters that I could just go right over top of him. That's not a good. That's not a good thing. Here he'd be 1, 2, 3. He can't reach me. That still gives me a 2-shot and get back and not be on the front line. Still get down to India. That should prevent him from doing anything crazy. Guy up there just in case. Pull him. So these guys are kind of stuck here. They go either way if they really wanted to. I'm going to pull out so that then I can use my transport, and then I'll let my Americans deal with them. So I'm going to pause. Say I'm not. I'm going to go ahead. Normally in a tank rush, right? Every unit counts. I want to just be defensive in the beginning, and that's really. This reminds me a lot of that setup when Terrence and I faced Snake and Emre, except for they had more tanks up in the front here. It kind of reminds me of that. The biggest thing, as I remember from that game, was survive the first 4 to 5 rounds, and then they burn up, and then you start pushing back. And the reason I built that wanted to find a way to get a third transport. That's what gives me units starting to pick on Germany as quickly as possible. So that was the reasoning behind that. So I want to strafe these guys pretty good, and I think I'm going to double check my what the best number is there. Good thing up here is he can't take these 3 guys, and he can't stack here, so I can leave these guys another round if I want to. Question is, do I want to, or do I want to be getting them back because of this tank rush? That is a good old question. I think I might leave 1 infantry back. Because 2v1 isn't what you really want to do, and he wants to go ahead and put 1 over here. 3v1 if he chooses it, so be it. Alright, so I do want to get a strafe on these guys. What I'd like to do is get as many of the infantry down as possible and then retreat to West Russia. maybe not. Now my mind's starting to go fickle on me. Alright, I gotta go back to my calculator. Okay, so a little bit of a comedy of errors. For one, sorry I had to run. I was trying to rush a turn and had to run, and my rushing messed up my Russian turn. Thankfully, I didn't force it, so I could reset and make the best of it. But it's kind of a comedy of errors. Here, my intentional plan from back on UK1 was that I was going to stack West Russia, Dead Zone, Caucasus, because he could have a handful of infantry tanks. I was going to strafe Ukraine, retreat to West Russia, and the tanks, and he could fly in the 4 fighters. But with building 4 infantry, 4 artillery into Moscow, I'd be able to dead zone Caucasus. But in doing my rushing, I forgot I was counting on fighters from US and UK coming in to help support West Russia, and all the way up into through my buy for Russia on this turn. I was still planning on it, and then it dawned on me, because my brain had forgotten that, hey, these tanks can blitz through if we only strafe here and could hit West Russia. And so, Russia can't hold West Russia on its own against Germany, period. Whether I just stacked it all now or I did a strafe and did it, the only way I could hold it is if I absolutely took both of these, and taking this would mean throwing almost essentially all my units out here to then get killed in the counter. And although ultimately it's not going to be a bad thing, this early, this fast, I don't want to just go blow for blow with Germany, because I do need to survive. Like I did mention, I need to survive for a few rounds before I can really start bringing it back at Germany. Thankfully, I caught it before making my combat, so what this means is I'm going to have to retreat to Caucasus, stack Caucasus, but I won't be able to dead zone West Russia, so he's going to be able to stack West Russia, which then means I have to leave Caucasus to protect Moscow, and then he's sitting stacked in West Russia while trading here. Whereas if I had done before and got my fighters in here and held in West Russia, he would not have been able to just move into Caucasus or into West Russia next turn. Anyways, all that said and done, it was a goof. It was a mistake. I gave up some ground here early, which is not good. That being said, I am still going to strafe off of these guys for what I can. We're playing on my calculator to see what exactly I want that to look like. Thinking I might take a solo shot on this guy too. So let's see, if we're doing 4, 5, 6, throw these guys in here. So I can retreat here because I got these guys. Just throw a solo guy at this. The thing I need to make sure is that I got enough still hanging out, so we'll have two AAs. We'll have 3 infantry plus the 4 we'll be building here, and then whatever we have retreat needs to be able to defend against these 9 tanks and 5 fighters joining the fight with whatever residuals here. So let's see what that comes to here real quick. So we'll have 2 AAs for sure live, presumably 3 tanks are going to live, and then a couple artillery are going to live, and we're going to have their fighters. And he's going to have at least 9 tanks and 5 fighters coming, or 10 tanks and 5 fighters coming. I'm going to presume he'll have like at least 2 infantry coming. So if I'm going to build 2 infantry and 2 artillery here, then, and I'm moving 3 down, so I'm going to have 5 infantry 2 artillery as a guaranteed. Alright, I think I got my calculator up and running over here so I can check it as I go along to make sure I keep enough to stay stacked in Caucasus and don't get my rear kicked there. We'll see if I did this right. Probably not. We're going for it. It'd be nice to get these 2 IPCs counter for the fact that I goofed up West Russia at least, West Russia Caucasus at least. Hello game. Okay, here we go. Come on. There we go. Nice. Little compensation. Well, that's an even Steven trade. Oh, 9. So 3.5 average hits. I'm going to pause for a second, since I did take that one. I wanted to see what the difference between retreating versus going ahead and taking Ukraine is here, because maybe it is worth it so I don't let them stack into West Russia. Yeah, as tempting as it is, whatever I sent, I'd just be sending to its grave at a very efficient kill for Germany. So, you know, if I don't give it up this turn, I'm gonna give it up next turn regardless. They'll be able to do it next turn regardless, and this at least will save me some defensive units and some mobility with the tank. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and retreat it. I mean, we do get to. We'll have the stack here at least. We won't be able to dead zone here, but so be it. 'Tis the way of the world, I suppose. I just think it'll be better than just letting them go to waste. Because if I went in here, he'd be able to kill it very efficiently, and he'd have 15 tanks sitting here next turn. So, I mean, we're going to be out of here regardless. It's only going to be trading 1. I'm just going to give him the freebie there for right now. Yeah, he has no fighter that. What can the bomber go there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he has nothing that can help here. So he'd have to go 3v1 and not send 1 that way. So let's see if we can give him a little bit of a headache. He could do 1 and 1. I've done that before too. I just think I need to get people back because of this aggressive Germany. So I kind of like I like doing the 1-on-1 when he's got 3 here and really no fighter support. Although his bomber can hit here, nothing else can. But I think we're just gonna focus on getting everything back so that we can defend India and Moscow now. I really didn't want to give up West Russia this easily, but I goofed.